Welcome to the HinglishForum. This is a study channel for the student who are preparing for NET, SET, GATE and other examinations related to English literature. So today is the video lecture on Robert Browning, who was born on 1812 after Tennyson, because Tennyson was born in 1809. So after 3 years later, Robert Browning born, and he was a great poet in Victorian writer. So let's talk about his life and his education in next slides. So in this slide I will discuss about life and education of Robert Browning. So he was born at Cornwall and he was the son of a clerk in the Bank of England. He never attained any regular school but mostly continued his education at home. He wants to become a poet. And he wrote a small volume of verse when he was at 12 years of age. But failing to find a publisher, he threw it in the fire in disgust. Because at the age of 12 years, publisher denied to publish his works because they think that he is too little to publish his verse or poems. So he annoyed, and after that he threw all the poems or verses in the fire. After sometimes later published Pauline, which was written at the age of 20 years of age. Then Browning went to Russia in 1834. In Russia, he met French, who found the subject of his next poem Paracelsus. He also visited Italy in 1838. On his returning from Italy, he read two poems of Elizabeth Barrett with interest, and gradually a friendship developed between them, which took the form of love. After some time later, they got married each other, and Elizabeth Barrett Browning is also a famous poet on the time of Victorian period. So, the aged poet passed away at the day of the publication of Asolendo in 1889. He was buried in the Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey. In this slide, I will discuss about poetical and dramatic works. So, he was a Victorian poet, began his poetic career under the inspiring example of P.B. Shelley. He took some inspiration from P.B. Shelley, and his earliest work in poetry is Pauline, which was published in 1833 at the age of 21. It is autobiographical in tone, like Wordsworth's The Prelude. Okay, so the Browning's next important work in poetry was Paracelsus, 1835. And in Paracelsus, it's a story of incidents in the development of his soul. It is the study of Paracelsus, a famous chemist of the Renaissance times, 1493 to 1541. In 1842, Browning produced dramatic lyrics, followed by dramatic romances and lyrics in 1845. So, this is the collection of dramatic lyrics and poems. So, firstly, I will discuss about some lyrics like Evelyn Hope, In a Gondola, Porphyria's Lover, The Pied Piper of Home Lane, Meeting a Night, Parting at the Morning, By the Fireside, Home Thoughts from Abroad. In these lyrics, Porphyria's Lover is most important for the NET perspective. You should read about it. In this slide, we will talk about some poems from dramatic romances and lyrics, because this is the collection of some lyrics and poems. So in this collection, some 2 or 3 poems are very important for NET perspective, like My Last Duchess, The Last Ride Together, A Grammarian's Funeral, and other poems like The Italian in England, The Heretic's Tragedy, The Statue and the Bust, Holy Cross Day. In 1855, Browning brought out Men and Women. It's another work. It was dedicated to Elizabeth Browning. Okay, you know she was the wife of Browning. In this slide, dramatic persona is a collection of dramatic monologue which was published in 1864. So here are some dramatic monologue. In this collection, one is very important for net perspective, like Rabbi Ben Ezra. Okay, another dramatic monologue is Caliban upon St. Boss, Bishop Blaumers, Abt Volger, A Day in the Desert. Another work is The Ring and the Book, which was published in 1868 to 1869. And in another work, we are talking about collection of drama, Bells and Pomegranates. In these collections, we know a lots of drama written by him, I think 7 to 8 drama written by Browning, but it's not famous because he lacks a lot of things. And the first is Strafford 1837, Pippa Passes 1841, King Victor and King Charles 1842, The Return of the Dresses 1843, A Blot in the Scotian 1843, Columbus' Birthday 1844, A Soul's Tragedy 1846, Luria 1846, In a Balcony 1853. So in next slides I will discuss about 2-3 dramas by him. In this slide I will discuss about 3 dramas written by Robert Browning. So first is A Strafford, which was published in 1837. It's a tragedy in 5 acts. It's dealing with the life of a Strafford who sacrificed his life for King Charles I. Another is Pippa Passes, which was published in 1841. It's the finest work by Browning, and it deals with the life of Pippa, a little factory girl, and the joys of her life. Another work is A Blot in the Scotian, which was published in 1843, the most interesting and readable, along with Pippa Passes and A Strafford. So the scene of this play is 18th century England. It's a tragedy of love, and the basis of the play is family pride and honor, and it's a close resemblance to Romeo and Juliet. It means the story of A Blot in the Scotian is same as a Romeo and Juliet. So why Browning's dramas were failed? Because of the stage and because of psychological or too much description of psychology. So Browning's dramas are failure on the stage and are best closet plays to be read and enjoyed in one's private study chambers. So thanks for watching, and if you like this video, then you should subscribe this channel for further information. You should also share with friends who are also preparing for NET and GATE. So that's all. Thanks.